Actually, I had to do research on mistakes. What I found, many sources, Goldstein, Robinson, Epstein, and more, all saw what I've seen and what we've all seen as teachers. Children are not afraid to make mistakes. They haven't made a judgment call yet. They haven't learned to see that there's something wrong with them. There's no fear. And then we go to school. All of a sudden the fear develops. They're high stakes. They're not mistakes. They're perceived as, oh my gosh, I'm doing something wrong. You know, the younger students, they become aware of teacher expectations. They want to please. And as the students get older, forget the teacher, they want their friends and their peers to accept them. They don't want to make mistakes. They don't want to look like losers. That hinders creativity. That's a tremendous block. We've got to get past that. In schools that actually encourage exploration, that don't put that kind of high-stake call on mistakes, but actually value them as learning experiences, students are actually more willing to take risks. So how do we start? What do we do? Well, hey, let's start off with talking about some of the best mistakes made and their creators. I mean, look at Dr. Silver Spencer. His mistake turned into the Post-it note. And look at Thomas Edison. He tells everyone, failure, I didn't fail. I found 1,000 ways not to make a light bulb. There's tons of these stories we can share with our students. Get them past that part. Start making our classrooms where there are opportunities to take risks, where we keep growing, we keep moving on as we make these stepping stones to where we're going. I remember in high school, my teacher was telling me about the mistakes of Michelangelo. She was at the Accademia Galleria in Florence, Italy, and she was walking down a long corridor. And in that corridor, there were massive blocks of marble, with each block having a male torso, the beginning of a torso, struggling, trying to get out of that marble. And as she continued down the corridor to each new block, looking at how the torso was developing and changing, this anticipation, this urgency to get to the end of the corridor just gripped her, because she could see that there was developing stages to each one of these blocks. And when she got to the end of the corridor, to this new room, there was the David. Those stepping stones, those blocks of marble, they brought Michelangelo to his masterpiece. Martha, in her class, she talks about her yes room, where her students can do whatever. There's no wrong answer. Every idea can be taken above and beyond. There are no limits. Allison talks about in her class where there are times that she has to turn off the teacher, let the student explore, make those mistakes. I think it's so important to give students as many chances as they can to really develop something, to feel that there's no end, there's no way that they can make a mistake, that they've got the freedom to try everything. To find that kid in you, that child that wasn't afraid, that didn't have that judgment, that didn't say, oh my God, I'm going to do this wrong. That's our role. That's what we have to do for our kids and for our students. Yes, of course we've got those high stakes. We have to get our curriculum, our syllabus met, but we can't do it if our kids become stifled, if our students are going, I don't know where to go with this. Let them have those opportunities to explore, to make mistakes and to grow from them.